So kind of my grab bag day of things to do. So I was having a hard time figuring out what I wanted to do for this video this week. Had a couple ideas and nothing was really like standing out to me as something that like I really wanted to do. And I'm just sitting down watching YouTube videos because that's all I do with my life now. And I was like, oh, I totally know what I'm gonna do. So I just wanted to share with you guys some of my like must-have items. I'm gonna give you like the lower end and both high end of both of these kinds of things because I know a lot of people aren't ready to spend a lot of money to invest in high-end stuff, which is totally cool, totally fine. You don't have to invest in that kind of stuff if you don't want to. But I wanted to show you my like must-have items. You don't have to get these specific brands. These are just things that I really like and I wanted to go with them. Okay, so first thing first, primers. I have 3 different primers. They all do different things. That's why I have the 3 of them. My newest one is the Becca Backlight Priming Filter, and it comes in this really pretty bottle. And it's really nice. It smells really good, which is kind of odd, but it gives like a nice like radiant, healthy glow underneath of your makeup. I really like this product. It's super pretty and it just leaves my face feeling really nice and refreshed. Another one of my primers that I have from Becca is my super mattifying one. Like seriously, this is, if you have oily skin, I really suggest this one. It is so worth the money. It is amazing. Like I have like oily skin, and I'll notice if I like have any kind of cream product on, it'll start to slide down throughout the day, but when I use this it doesn't. So super awesome. Primers are very important. And then I have another one from Perfectly Posh. This is an Under Wonder. It smells like watermelons, which is fabulous, and it's really good too. It's a little bit on, it's cheaper than both of the Becca ones, and it works really good too. But primer is super important for me personally. I think it just gives a nice clean foundation and slate for you to start your makeup. It helps your makeup stay on a little bit longer. Any primer that works for you, awesome. These are just the ones that work for me, and I wanted to talk about primer in general. Very important. I think it's a super important part of makeup. It just makes mine look so much better. Next up, I have a few different foundations that I use pretty regularly. I'm much more of a liquid foundation as opposed to powder just because it works better for my skin. So my 3 that I have right now, my Becca Evermatte, which I love. I use this one probably the most out of the 3 that I have. Well, the 3 liquids that I have, I use my Becca one the most because it's just great. It's shine proof and it works really good with the skin color that I have right now. My other one is my Kat Von D one, which is a little bit of a mess right now. It's all gross, so I'm not going to show you it again. But super great foundation. I love this foundation. It works really good. It stays on forever, and it's just very easy to work with. I really like it. It makes my skin look great and it's very mattifying. The next one is my most expensive liquid one. It's from Hourglass. It's Immaculate, but holy crap, it is so worth the money. This feels so good on my skin. It is light, very light feeling, but the coverage that I get from this is amazing. It's wonderful. Seriously, if you have oily skin, out of all of these ones, seriously, just go to Sephora and at least get a sample of this because it's amazing. 100% worth it. My next one is powder. If you're not a liquid person, Cover FX is a really good powder foundation. I'm not much of a powder foundation person. Truthfully, I carry this one with me if I just need to apply like a little bit of powder because I'm getting a little oily in the spot. It's really all that I do. But foundations are awesome. Liquid is by far my favorite foundation. I apply mine with, right now I'm just applying them with beauty blenders. This is my unclean one, so I'm going to show you just the little end of it because it's gross because I forgot to clean it before I did this video. But I really like, this is the original beauty blender from like the company Beauty Blender. It's $20 I believe, and then I have my Real Techniques ones. I use this for my under eye powder because it works great and it's cheap. So if you don't want to spend the $20, you can get the $6 version. Woo! I dropped it. Hands down, Real Techniques has the best dupe. Like, the best dupe for a beauty blender. It is so great. I got that one before I bought the original beauty blender. Loved it. I like the actual Beauty Blender more than I like the Real Techniques one. But if you're not looking to spend a lot of money to get a good product, hands down, Real Technique is fabulous. So, moving on, kind of in the same zone as like applying is brushes. I really suggest investing in a good thing of brushes. I love the Luxie set that I have now. But if you're not wanting to spend that much money, Morphe has some really good brushes. I have plenty of theirs, and then Real Techniques. Again, very good quality for very inexpensive. Highly suggest both of those brands. Okay, moving on to eyeshadow. I'm in love with my Morphe palette. I love this palette. It is beautiful. This one's 35N. Well, they have 35O and 35P, I believe, are the ones that I want next. I'm not 100% sure, but they are out of stock, so I am like stalking their Instagram, seeing when they're going to come in stock because they're beautiful, very good quality eyeshadows for very inexpensive price. So I totally love Morphe when it comes to my eyeshadows. They're really good. I have a buttload of eyeshadows. Like, I have so many, and Morphe is really good for not being too expensive. Seriously, they're really good products. Check them out. Next thing is probably my favorite product right now. I love highlighters. I love highlighters, and I have my best 4 right here, and they range from high end to low end. So I'm going to start with my most expensive and then move down to my less expensive. I have Champagne Pop from Becca, which is so wonderful. Seriously, I love this. This is amazing. Jaclyn Hill came out with this, and it is the most beautiful highlighter that I think I own. It is gorgeous, and it looks good on every skin tone. So good. Go down to Sephora and pick it up. I have 2 because I love it so much. Next one is from Laura Geller. It's Gilded Honey. Very similar to Champagne Pop. Honestly, probably a little bit more gold and like that kind of vibe as opposed to the Champagne Pop, which is a little bit more peachy-ish. But I really love this. I've actually been using this as an eyeshadow a lot because it's such a really pretty shade of gold. Okay, moving on to my next one, my Urban Decay one. This is the color Aura, and it's a lot more glittery than the other ones. The other ones have shine and like that shimmer metallic look. This has sparkle, like actual sparkle. So I try to use it a little bit more sparingly. I'll highlight places that I want to really accentuate, like on the tops of my cheekbones, and then like down the bridge of my nose. This one works best for down the bridge of my nose. For me, it just looks really good on my skin tone. So I really like this. And then I recently got another one from Ulta. It's the Vivid Baked Highlighter. I think it's, from Makeup Revolution London. I think it was like $6, and it's so pretty. It's such a good highlighter for being really inexpensive. So that's another one of like the must-have items on my list are those. Next thing is to set my makeup. Sometimes I'll use like a powder, like a setting powder, an HD powder. Sometimes I'll use like a setting spray. So I have Posh's I've Been Set Up setting spray, which is great, and it smells like mint chocolate, so that's wonderful. And then I have the Your Minerals Sweden one. I don't remember how much this one costs because I got it in a Birchbox or BoxyCharm. I got it in a subscription box, and it's really nice. It's like a nice fine powder. It doesn't feel gritty on my skin. And then the next one is my NYX HD Studio one. This was like $6. I got it at Ulta, and it works really good. I've been using the e.l.f. one for a while, and it just started to feel a little too chalky, a little too white. So I really like the NYX one if you're going for an inexpensive thing. So to quickly run down my like must-have items: get a good primer, get a good foundation, use good brushes, have a good, just nice eyeshadow palette so you can kind of mix up a bunch of colors. Figure out what colors work best for you, and then of course some way to set your makeup. Those are probably my like key items when it comes to making a nice look. They don't have to be these specific products. These are just the things that pull together my makeup and make everything pop out for me. I have a good foundation. Well, I start off with a good base for my primer, and then I move on to a foundation that works for my skin. I'll apply a good eyeshadow, something that's gonna pop and that isn't gonna crease. I apply my highlighter to make everything stand out and accentuate a little bit more with good brushes, which has been probably that's the most important thing for me, is having good brushes. Blending is so important when it comes to your makeup, so you want to have something that works really, really well. And then I want to finish everything off with something that's going to seal my makeup in, which is a good either HD setting powder or a spray. So that is all of that. I'm sorry I talked so fast. I could like feel the words just coming out of my mouth, but I wanted to get all of this information real quick. I will be listing like my the list, obviously I'll be listing the list, and then what products I particularly use and why I use them in the description of this video. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!